Welcome, everyone. I'm Rob Harder with Momentum Realty. I, along with my wife, Casey, I'm a local realtor here in Gainesville, Florida. And we have today the June market report from floridarealtors.org for the Gainesville and Ocala MSAs. We're going to see signs of a shifting real estate market in today's numbers. And I can tell you, as a local realtor, the market's vastly different than it was even a few months ago. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a different market. And actually, there are more opportunities for buyers now than there were just a few months ago. So let's look first at the state of Florida numbers. Now, again, when people talk about real estate markets, they're usually going to talk about real estate nationally. Prices are going up, prices are going down. Um, Remember, real estate is super local. It's not just county by county, it's community by community and street by street. So when you look at Florida, the state of Florida numbers, remember it's influenced by some of the larger markets as well. But let's take a look at them. It is worth looking at. Florida's single family median price up year over year. No surprise, prices are going to go up. They won't go up as fast as they have been going up, which is good for affordability. But the most interesting thing I think is the inventory numbers. They increased pretty sharply, up to almost a 2 month supply, and we haven't seen that in a while. And I will tell you that's kind of across the board in everything I've looked at. Let's take a look at the Gainesville, what they call the Gainesville MSA, which is basically Alachua County and Gilchrist County. So an MSA is kind of a marketing area. It's the formal definition of a region that consists of a city and the surrounding communities. So most of this is driven by sales in Gainesville and certainly Alachua County. So first up, let's look at the closed sales. Let me get my little laser pointer out there. Here we are, June 2022, 374. That's down 10% from last year. No surprise because last year we had the most closed sales of the last 12 months in Gainesville. So that was a tough bar to reach to try to get up and over that. Still very robust, up to 374. It'll go down next month. This is seasonality starting up. Once you get late into the summer, you start to see that seasonality set in real estate, and that's where we are in terms of that, in terms of the closed sales. The median sales price in Gainesville and the Gainesville MSA actually went down, but you can see that's not a trend. I mean, it pops up, it pops down. And the median is better to look at than the average, in my opinion. The median's kind of the average of the middle, and the average is the average of everything. And if you have a lot of high dollar homes that sell in a month, that will drive the average up, and that's not necessarily as reflective, in my opinion, as the median sales price. So next up, we are looking at new listings in the Gainesville MSA. Uh, we've had quite a bit of growth there over the last 3 months. Probably a lot of sellers trying to go ahead and take that equity that they have acquired over this last year and a half, 2 years post-COVID. So a lot of people putting their homes on the market, and that's totally understandable. That is a sharp increase in the listings this past month in June. So as we take a look at the active listings in terms of inventory now, the way that Florida Realtors measures inventory is they look at the last day of the month, how many are on the market, there's your active inventory, and that's what they're assigning it for the month. There are other ways to measure inventory. That's the way they do it. But either way you do it, I promise you, you're going to find that there's more inventory on the market. We see now more inventory in June than we've had in the past 12 months. It's just over 600 there at 607, and that's probably going to increase as more and more homes come on the market because they're not selling as fast because of the higher interest rates and inflation in all likelihood. So this actually is good news for buyers though, because now instead of trying to fight 10 people who are making an offer on one home, you have an opportunity to at least shop around and maybe deal with fewer offers. And that what months supply, we talk about months of supply in real estate, generally considering 5.5 months of supply as neither favoring the buyer nor the seller. Of course, we're in a seller's market, so we're still pretty low, but you'll see that in June, we're up to 2 months of supply, and we've been steadily growing in that regard for, well, basically all of 2022. Not a surprise. And like I say, that's good news for buyers. Let's take a look at the Ocala MSA. Now, Ocala is just Marion County, but Ocala also, it's just more people in Marion County. There are more sales. So you could see that in June, there were more sales in Marion County, and it was up just a bit. Uh, and then you would have obviously in Alachua County. So you see basically twice the amount of sales, twice the amount of volume in Marion County that you see in Alachua County. Again, the median sales price, now that is actually up just a bit and up quite a bit from last year. No surprise. That's something that we're seeing statewide. And remember, in the state of Florida, especially when people talk about national real estate numbers, in the state of Florida, we're gaining, I think we gained over 340,000 people in 2021. So we're getting, that's about the size of Lexington, Kentucky. So we're picking up a Lexington, Kentucky and putting it in Florida every year right now with so many people moving in. So the real estate market in Florida is going to be a little different than it is in a lot of other places in the country. New listings, again, we have a great number of new listings. Not quite as many as last month, but a lot more than you had last year. It's just more inventory. And so people are listing their homes. Again, this is in Marion County. The active listings, we see this is an inventory count directly, that we have 1,457 as of the end of June on the market in Marion County. And remember too that, and we're not going to break that down in this video, but a lot of it depends on what price range you're in as well. You may have a lot of homes on the market between 4 and 600,000, not so many between say 250 and 4, just depending on if they've been bought up or not. Month supply of inventory 1.9, so that matches the state of Florida. So we're getting more inventory on the market, and that's a good thing. Uh, in summary, the market is, you hear the term, the market is slowing down. It is slowing down, but if you're slowing down from 100 to 75, you're slowing down, but really you're getting more sane, you're normalizing, and that's really what's happening with the market. Prices are still climbing. They're going to climb slower. It's not as much of a seller's market. It's still a seller's market, though. Inventory is on the rise. That's a good thing. It will give buyers more options. And it is still a good time to buy because now you do have, as a buyer, more opportunity to negotiate. Home builders are also offering some really good incentives. So if you wanted to get a new construction, this is a really good time actually to do that. They have price incentives, they have closing cost incentives, as well as lower interest loans for you as well. So still some options. And if you are in a hometown heroes occupation, and we'll remind you of this often, the state of Florida has a program. If you're in law enforcement or the medical field, if you're a K through 12 teacher, first responder, and a paramedic, for example, corrections officer, Hometown Heroes is a program which will offer up to 5% of the cost of a home with a zero interest loan for down payment or closing costs. You do have to pay it back, but you don't have to pay it back until you sell the home, and you don't have to pay it back or you pay it off. So it's a really, really good option for people who have good credit, but it just don't have that lump of cash and haven't had that lump of cash to put the down payment down or take care of closing costs. If you want more information about this, more information about the market, please get in touch with us. Of course, you can call us at 352 329 3340, or you can email us at harderhometeam@gmail.com, or visit our website, learn more about Hometown Heroes, or contact us there at harderhometeam.com. Thanks very much, everybody.